Hi guys, Brain here, and welcome to another commentary video. Today I wanted to talk about a very common kind of like tech or play that I see the Survivor side do quite a lot, and it is very consistent that Survivor teams seem to do this, but it's one of those things that derives a lot of like hatred and upsetness when people decide to counterplay it on the killer side, and I just want to talk about why it's just like kind of just a bad play to make in general, and some instances where it's okay. That way it's kind of like clear things up a little bit, at least from that perspective. So before we talk about it, make sure you do the like-a-roni and the subscribe-a-roni. I would really appreciate if you like these videos to actually, show me. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the play that I hate the most is, or not that I hate the most, but I think it just like doesn't make any sense whatsoever, besides very slim instances, is body blocking with BT. So the survivor walks up, you're on hook, Survivor comes up, unhooks you, and now you have BT. But you choose for some reason to body block for the person that just came off hook and take a hit for them. That way you're like making sure the person that unhooked you doesn't get hit. The problem is like a lot of frustration seems to mount with people who make this play, because the killer will either just wait out the BT, hit you through the BT and keep chasing you, especially on like stronger killers like Blight or Spirit, who literally can just catch up to you like literally immediately, and then you'll be like called out for like coming back to hook, and you'll be called out for evening through the BT, toxic, cringy. And I just want to say that like there's not really a reason to do that. The killer's idea, the killer's whole role is to kill you. That is why it is called the killer, right? That's what they're supposed to do. So if somebody unhooks you right in the killer's face, and you decide, instead of making distance, instead of trying to get out of the way, instead of trying to not be part of that situation anymore, that you're going to stick around and run around in the killer's face, the killer's going to try to kill you. I know that's like really hard for people to understand, but the killer at a certain point will just try to kill you. That's it. And I don't understand. Like, it's one of those things where I feel like they watch like their favorite streamer or their favorite YouTuber do it in a situation where it makes sense, and we'll get to that. And now they just do it all the time, any chance they get, without understanding why it's good. So there are there's some instances where it's like, this is actually a good thing to do. So like, for good examples, the end game, right? Like, doors open, end game collapse, doors open. You get unhooked, the killer comes after you guys. You taking a hit with BT gives you a speed burst that you can use to get to the door. And you don't even have to go down because, you have endurance from BT. Makes sense. Also, that helps if the person that came to unhook you is injured. You take that instead of them going down. Makes sense. Another good example of when a lot of like really good players do this is when like the person that unhooked you is on death hook, right? If the person that unhooked you is on death hook, especially if they're injured, it may be in their best interest to take aggro again, even though you've just come off hook. Like, that sounds weird, right? Like why would I do that? I was just on the hook. Why would I be in chase again? But like, if the person that just unhooked you is on death hook, then it is like 100% in your best interest to keep that person alive instead of just having them, killed off. Because once you're playing the game with like 3 or 2 survivors left in the match, it's basically a done deal. So you want to prevent that situation. But yeah, so like, you're in this situation where there are some select moments where this is like the right play, and I feel like people watch those and say, well, it's always the good play to like body block with BT, but just all the time, every chance you get. But when they do that and they get tunneled off hook because they're literally rubbing their character up against the killer, whose role is to kill them, and they get down, they like, surprise Pikachu face, I can't believe you tunneled. It's like, you quite literally had the option to run away from me, to get away from me. You had the option to run away from me, to get away from me. And instead of running away from me and getting away from me, you decided to stay in my face and cause an issue. So I'm going to do my job as a killer and to do the killing and kill the person in front of me. So that is not on the killer. Like, I think the situation here, and the assumption is that a good killer, quote unquote, by the survival book, a good killer won't tunnel off hook ever, because it's not fun, it's not good, blah blah blah. So they just kind of just like put faith in the killer that they won't tell you off hook, because that's the morally correct thing to do. And I'm here to tell you, I don't do that. A lot of nice, quote unquote, nice killers don't do that. So I bet you that the mean ones are definitely going to be doing it. So yeah, you need to stop body blocking with BT every chance you get. Like I said, there's some moments where it is a good play, but that doesn't mean it's a good play every time you get the chance to do it, which is what people seem to do. I just don't get it. Do you see a lot of people do this? Is it just me? I don't know. I guess I didn't really ask that first. Like, is that just me? Do you guys see a lot of people like body block with BT? What's the rationale behind it? Also, is there any like, am I missing something? Is there like a reason this is actually meta and I'm just like not understanding it from my perspective? Because usually people just get killed when they do this to me. And I don't know. I could just be wrong. So let me know if I am wrong. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, friends. I appreciate you so much. And if I don't see you in the next video, I will see you when I see you, friends. Goodbye.